Hello, everyone. I'm joined once again by Doc, who is going to be commentating today's game, which is Chaos versus Great and Western Sydney Blaze. Doc, welcome back, and we're very glad to have you back.
Thank you so much. Very happy to be here. Very, very excited to see some.
So that looks like Nikki Ma with, or maybe even Steph Ma with the
Yeah.
pool. Better not get that wrong.
Oh dear. This is possibly the worst angle to try and figure out exactly which one of the Ma sisters it is. I'm going to have a stab and say that was Steph Ma.
I think it was Steph, actually. She did say that I think she said she was one of the black slaves.
Oh! And an early turnover. A lot of pressure from the Chaos defense. Wow, and just a quick flip and the score. Ali to Mandy, that's going to be a combination that I suspect that we're going to see quite a lot throughout the course of this game.
What do you think are the biggest differences between women's frisbee compared to mixed compared to opens?
Oh, I mean, essentially, from my perspective, since I've never played women's before, I haven't done a lot of women's coaching, but it's an offside being called, it looks like. Not a call that you see that often in Division 1 Ultimate, but there you go. So for me, mixed is more of a cerebral game. You can tend to play it a little bit easier in some smaller spaces. And another very, very fast turnover. Looks like, is that Ali picking up the disc again?
It definitely looks like it.
Nice break to get things going. That looks like Gabby.
Gabby to Mandy. Mandy looking for any sort of options.
Wow, and a lovely bit from Ali to keep that disc alive.
Giant hammer
and
right
a hammer.
There.
Is that to Jill?
Straight
Oh, no,
to
to
Monchi.
Munchie.
Monchi?
Monchi.
I have tried my best to, and please forgive us, Monchi. I've tried to pronounce the name properly several times, but it is quite hard. So the Chaos team was lucky enough to have two Japanese players join them from the Mavericks, Monchi and Fuka.
Lovely. From what I saw from their first televised, and I was just about to say it's another early turnover and a big across field blading, but it looks like it's been picked off. So in the game that I saw Chaos play, it looks like they've had some very, very strong pickups from the Japanese team. Well, I say pickups, but rather from what I heard, they came over and they were training with the team for quite a long period of time.
Absolutely. I was told that Chaos has created a bit of an exchange program, which I just love that idea. I think it's just fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh, just looked like it was a pretty routine, just like a hard undercut to the open side to score, but looks like it's just not in.
We did review the footage afterwards, and she was very much in.
Well, sometimes in the heat of the moment, when you're really running very, very fast, it can be difficult to know. Especially if you're on kind of offense and you're very close. Sorry, if you're on defense and you're very close to the disc, sometimes it can be hard to tell.
For sure. So you see there, Monchi's name is actually Nana, but the reason why she's called Monchi is that she looks very much like an old Japanese cartoon whose character was Monchi.
Monchi's the name of the character?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, very cute. All right. So yeah, Chaos coming out very, very strong to start off with. I believe that's 3 breaks in a row. Absolutely fantastic performance so far. Lots and lots of pressure around the disc.
First goal by Blaze.
Credit to GWS there. So they've clearly made some adjustments and reined in their throws a little bit. So not so much overthrowing, and they just put that away clinically. Was there much wind during this game?
No, this was a very still game.
Nice.
But you can see how much dust was kicked up by that frisbee then. It was very hard ground.
Oh, I believe that's Audrey with the disc, trying to look for a reset. Oh, and just through past
Fuka.
GWS picking up the disc now. Looks like they're coming out into a bit of a isolated or a bit of a vert stack. Well covered there by Fuka. who's looking for a poaching opportunity. That's wonderful. Oh, and that's absolutely fantastic defense. Really, really good positioning by Chaos, trying to push that cutter into really shallow and awkward space and forcing a turnover. Fantastic. Oh, and a big throw from Chaos. Oh, just a bit underthrown, unfortunately. The GWS player did a really good job to get in there, yeah, and get the block. And they get another chance. Nice undercut.
All the GWS players seem to be covered quite well by the Chaos players.
Yeah, really, really lovely defensive pressure. Oh, and a big one. Oh, and just falls into the favor of GWS.
Very nice by the girls.
Really good job to just execute a nice, simple pass with a short field. Sometimes that can be harder than it looks, so credit to GWS to put that one away.
For sure, everyone wants that to finish that point real nice and fast, don't they?
Yeah, and sometimes that in itself is a little bit of pressure, like almost too easy throw.
Absolutely.
So GWS are coming out in a little zone now. Looks like a three-person cup. Oh, it's a lovely over-the-top throw. Well weighted.
I think that's Jen Woods with the disc.
Oh, and this is where GWS would want Chaos, but I believe that's B doing a nice little pass to Audrey to get the disc out. Ah, it looks like they are forcing sidelines, so they're switching the force every time, and oh dear. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you're just thinking about the next throw, and then, yeah, unfortunately, the disc bounces out of the hands.
For sure, for sure.
A lot of isolated space. Oh dear, overthrown, but oh no, it looks like there's an injury.
Bit of an injury call, unfortunately.
Oh dear, the disc looked like it was just behind, and they tried to reach back and get it, unfortunately.
I think there was a timeout called after that injury.
Oh, did the player wind up staying on in the end?
No, I think she switched out with a uninjured player.
Okay. Or a very high disc there, but reined in by GWS.
Be on the mark.
Well, that's a very good mark. Lots of pressure there. Oh,
nice one-handed catch.
Very good coverage. A big throw from GWS. Looks like it's weighted well. Oh, it's a wonderful throw.
Now, Sarah Perkins, I think she's the assistant coach for the Mud Crabs this year.
A very, very good player. Very highly skilled. And obviously, she's not afraid to take shots. And yeah, absolutely. That was a wonderfully executed throw. Well, it looks like GWS have gone on a bit of a run. So it looks like they've got 2 breaks back.
Yeah, now we've got a bit of a game going, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that Chaos is still up a break. Tash. What was that, Mandy? Oh, just thrown a bit too inside and another turnover.
It really just goes to show you, doesn't it, Doc, the power of momentum.
Absolutely. Oh, that...
Great catch, great catch.
Looks like GWS have definitely gotten a bit more into the flow of things. Oh, and a
amazing.
Lovely turnover, lovely block. Is that Tash?
Tash Main, yeah.
She's going, and a big throw.
Straight to Mandy. Mandy looking for some
Mandy.
options.
I wonder if Mandy was the intended receiver. Who was that threw? It's KP?
I think it may have been.
Oh, look, I mean, when it works, it works.
AP
Good patience here.
Gate, very nice.
Surveying the options, chooses to go back to a dump. Oh!
Great flick there by Ali.
Looks like it probably wanted to place it. Oh, and a lovely break to finish off the point.
Brilliant. Great from Munchie and great from Mandy.
It looks like that throw from before, Ali placed it just slightly, not quite as inside as she would have liked to, but wonderful athleticism from Munchie, and then just really good patience to put it away.
Yep, for sure. Now, I think this was the last game of the tournament.
Oh, really?
For both teams. So they're playing for 5th here, and both teams wanted it quite badly.
That's fantastic. Like, obviously, Div 1 Nationals, it's a very taxing tournament. So the fact that both teams can come out, still have that drive, not be discouraged by the fact that they probably haven't gotten exactly where they want to be in terms of placing. and still just give it their absolute all, that's exactly what you want from a team.
Absolutely. I think it shows a lot of fortitude from a team who can carry
100%,
on even if they
100%.
aren't going to place what
Oh,
they
and a
want to.
great grab from Ali Lim. And a big hammer. Looks like it's placed well.
Oh, perfect.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Great vision. And just maybe a bit, or is that like a big bow? Reveling in KP's catching skills?
Her absolute greatness.
Well, look, I mean, as a thrower, when you put those ones up and they don't come off exactly how you want it, but then the receiver does the work for you, makes you look good.
For sure.
Yeah, you've got to give credit where credit is due.
And KP is so well respected in the Chaos community as well. A lot of
Absolutely.
experience there.
Absolutely.
Who was that? I think that might have been Nikki Ma potentially, showing where that disc went out.
Looks like GWS are opting to play it from the brick mark. And very clearly they've set up in a horo with 3 players back. Just making sure that they're bringing the disc in the right location here. Quite a lot of options being presented for the GWS thrower.
Quite nice cutting, would you say, Doc?
Yeah, but also Chaos have done a decent job of like instituting a couple of switches in the middle there, just creating a bit of confusion. Oh, very, very close there. And now GWS have just gone into just a normal vertical stack. A lovely cut, but looked off. Oh, and the stall count must be getting high. Oh, that's a lot of good pressure there.
Very, very good pressure.
Is that from Munchie?
I think that is Munchie, yep.
Very good. Nice breaks there. Opt not to continue onto the break side. And now onto the open side. And Tash Main.
Amazing Tash.
Read that like a book, turned the corner, and gets the block.
Is that KP picking up the disc?
It may very well be.
I think she lost a hat, a couple of... I think that's her hat there in the middle of the
Oh,
field.
dear me. That's a tricky spot. Obviously, is a bit of a tight lane. And yeah, unfortunately, a turnover giving GWS another chance here.
Now, Doc, you played at quite a few nationals, especially at the Div 1 level. How would you say your nerves are?
For me personally, and a big, beautiful around break shot to really open up the field. So look, for me personally, the nerves never really go away, but I think a lot of that is just to do with the fact that I want to make sure that I'm performing for my teammates. Just really want to, I guess, perform at the standard that they need from me. But as soon as I get out there onto the field, usually I'm having a lot of fun. And a big, big throw. Looks like it's really...
Oh, fingertips!
Oh, dear me. So it looked like it was just tipped by the GWS player. They did just enough to get the block.
Quick little equipment call. Shoelaces. Got to make sure that those are done up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think in general, that's the kind of the mental load for me is just purely...
such great backup there. Always good to have an insurance policy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, is that a Callahan? Is that a layout Callahan?
Unfortunately not. It was so close though. I think that might be Nika Elliott, I want to say.
Oh my goodness, an athletic play. That kind of defensive pressure, that's going to be what GWS are thinking about here and now. The Chaos players always on the back, always ready to go through with a bid. And it looks like there's a lot of pressure being applied here.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
Nice break shot to relieve some of that pressure. What a big shot, big throw.
What a rip.
Wow.
Unfortunately, just a little bit too far.
Just slightly overthrown, but beautiful flow from the GWS team.
Now, you will see that the drone is quite close. From memory, yep, the drone ran out of battery.
Oh, dear.
And GWS did score.
All right. The Chaos still in a very good position at the moment. Still up 2 breaks, I believe.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Taking it from the brick mark now.
And GWS look like they're setting up in a little bit of a zone.
Now, Doc, when would you not take it from the brick mark? Would you ever want to take it from the side?
Oh, that looked like a very low catch. Unfortunately, it looks like it was a turnover. I think generally speaking, taking it from the brick mark tends to be quite advantageous. But if the disc has gone out of bounds really early, ooh,
Oh, bit of a collision there. Fuko back on her horse.
again, another wonderful throw, beautifully weighted, and it just falls into the advantage of the GWS player. And from the graphic there, it looks like it was Sarah Perkins yet again, one of their very reliable throwers.
For sure. From memory, I think Sarah Perkins has played for Australia more than once.
Yes, absolutely, she has, yes.
So it looks like we've got KP to... Sorry, that was Audrey.
Yep, it looks like B's got the disc now. Oh, and a nice through. Again, another zone coming out from GWS. Oh, and a big throw. Oh, weighted beauty.
There you go. It was quite a good last name to have in the Frisbee world, I've been
Yeah.
told.
Oh, and just overthrown, but wonderfully reeled in. Great movement from Chaos, just moving it from side to side, just taking advantage of any space that's been given.
Speaking with the disc now.
That's a lovely over-the-top shot. Oh, and again, another beautiful shot.
Rebecca Barrington, also known as Juge, Sarah's sister.
Absolutely fantastically weighted throw. A very high difficulty, but executed beautifully.
Absolutely. The girls are playing really, really well.
All right, so Chaos just coming out in just a simple match defense here. Looks like they're mostly backing their players, so trying to push their players under towards the Frisbee. Do you feel like GWS just really took advantage of a lot of long shots?
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely have some good throwers on their team, and they were not afraid to show it. But equally can be said of Chaos.
100%. Oh, and a beautiful defensive pressure there.
Good job, Daff.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Great body position to push the player into a bit of an awkward cutting angle. Oh, and way to get down to ground. Mandy.
Saved by Mandy.
Beautiful.
Steph Ma with the disc.
Playing in some small spaces now. Oh, and just unfortunate.
Great layout though, shows the dedication.
Absolutely. If there's somebody that you can rely on to put their body on the line, it's one of the masters. And a big shot from GWS. Oh, but that one was a bit bladey, and unfortunately falls just short of where the GWS player was hoping to get it. Ali bringing it in now. Oh, a lovely break. Really opens up that offense.
Great cut there by Mandy. Gets the disc.
Oh,
Sees Daff.
Wonderful cut. Oh, but unfortunately thrown a little bit too high. GWS picking it up quickly now. And yep, they, as expected, a big lofty shot.
Oh, almost Ali.
Well taken.
Very nice.
They've lost a lot of ground here, but GWS is still now utilizing a bit more of the undercuts, getting a bit more flow, and then now somebody streaking deep. Throw opts not to take that one. Easy reset. On a big cut from that person who went long before.
I know how hard is it to, after going long, coming straight back.
Oh, absolutely. But it's the one, if you manage to execute that cut, then you can get a massive gainer, which is exactly what most teams will want. Oh, and a very interesting shot. Is it going to work out?
Oh, no. She tried to tip a toe in as well.
It's a beautiful display of athleticism. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. That is a very challenging place to put the Frisbee, generally speaking. But interestingly, I think that's a kind of a Japanese style where they try and push that pass kind of leading almost into the end zone in that same third that the person is cutting. And yeah, if placed well, it can absolutely work out. Unfortunately, Chaos turning it over now back to GWS. Give it another chance.
Does that break the rule with thirds though, Doc?
And another big shot. GWS putting them up.
Oh, this time they're able to get it.
Unfortunate.
Good from Betty Tan, playing for the Mud Crabs this year.
Oh, wow, lovely. Yeah, so the rule of thirds, which is, for those of you who don't know, you're not wanting to throw the frisbee into the same third of the field as the person who's cutting into. And it's more of a guideline than it is a hard and fast rule. It just more talks to the difficulty of the throw and weighting it properly. It's just deceptively difficult to throw into the same third. But that being said, if you have the understanding of how to weight a disc, what a big shot, and just falls short, unfortunately. Yeah, if you've got the skill depth to weight a frisbee and to shape a frisbee, then yeah, absolutely, it can be done, and it is often done. You're actually seeing it quite a lot more in Ultimate at the moment, I feel like, especially from the Australian teams. They're wanting to just, put a few more like blades, a few more kind of leading passes. And the thing that makes it work, generally speaking, would be if players are clearing and the players are not clogging that space too much. Because the thing that you really don't want is to put it into that space as a leading pass and then have two defenders trying to sandwich the person who's trying to receive it.
Yep, that makes perfect sense.
GWS with a player free deep, but GWS elect not to take the shots. Now Chaos clamping down a little bit more. Oh, an inside pass.
Oh.
Wow, that's tried to thread the needle there, but unfortunately it is a turnover.
Great coverage there by Juge.
Chaos is that Juge that's just been a bit slow to get off the ground?
Yep, but looks like she's back on a horse and ready to rock and roll.
I believe this will be Audrey picking up the disc. Looks like GWS are going into their zone look.
Tight game, 6-6.
Absolutely, pressure's on. Both teams.
Stefmar wants to huck it.
It's really, really nice. Just taking the shot that's being given. Oh, Audrey!
Oh, very nice, Audrey.
Oh, and a big shot, but looks like it's weighted beautifully.
Oh, there you go. What a pass.
Absolutely wonderful. I mean, that's a testament to a very skilled player who takes a catch in a really tight spot and then just immediately looks to the next option and executes it absolutely perfectly.
So would you say that's a bit of a junky defense which Chaos is running down with? Bit of a, I think in Sublime we call that a scuds.
So this one that they just ran down now?
Yeah.
I don't think that I saw too much kind of sagging in the lanes, but is this something that you're aware that Chaos have been doing? Looks like it came down more in just a match defense. Oh, and a big shot. But sometimes I think that defenses can look a little bit like that if the team has been given directions to either back their player or to force them deep. Especially if you're forcing them deep, then it looks like the players are really sort of sagging into those lanes. And yeah, it can look a lot like a kind of junky look.
Great up the line shot there.
Oh, and just an unfortunate drop. Just check that disc, make sure it's not tacoed.
I think that was Tash Main then, I want to say.
Unfortunate, but that's the kind of throw that you absolutely have to be taking when somebody presents that kind of cut to you. Yeah, absolutely. Have to trust.
That was
a big shot again, GWS, but
Tash Main.
Redemption, getting the disc back.
Absolutely, not on her watch.
That's a lovely block. A difficult field position for Chaos to bring it in, but if anyone can do it, Ali Lim. Oh, travel call. Oh, dear me. Just do it again, Ali. Oh,
there you go.
Lovely.
Unfortunately, a bit overthrown.
That's one of those situations where it's just a lot of energy. You've just executed a really tight, difficult pass twice, And yeah, you're just wanting to continue that momentum and reward the thrower, and unfortunately it's a turnover. And yet another turnover.
Oh, that pressure down by Tash Main. Big shot there.
Unfortunately, probably blading a little bit more than the thrower wanted. Is that KP?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate, but a much better field position for Chaos now to try and get a block. GWS, of course, with the frisbee, probably will look to work it up a little bit before taking another big shot. A big cut under. Huge cut under. Looked off. Unfortunate.
Oh, KP, what great defensive pressure there. 2 hands go up in victory.
Is that it? Was that a hand block?
It was a bit of a hand block.
Absolutely massive.
And wow, there you go.
A visionary throw. That's absolutely wonderful. Credit there to Ali, who was just sitting in the lane a little bit, and I think that it was Ali's presence there that stopped the thrower from taking that massive gainer. So while KP gets the gold star for getting the block, I think Ali contributed to that, absolutely.
That's one thing which is not talked about enough in frisbee, right? Just the role everyone has to play, even though sometimes you don't see it.
Absolutely. It's team defense. It is a team sport, and generally speaking, when there is a block somewhere, other members of the team have contributed to that block, generally speaking.
Absolutely.
Oh, and an inside pass there.
Oh.
Dangerous, but well taken by the GWS player. Nice little movement. And then to the break side. Continuations come slightly late, but well executed throw.
Oh, so close, Taco.
Taco.
Yeah.
Almost with the run-through block.
Yeah, she's very fast, Taco is. An incredible player, if I can say so myself. But
Yep, absolutely.
I might be a little bit biased.
One might think so, but you are correct.
She's also very, very cute, but
Again, slightly biased. I will definitely not speak about that second one, but she is an absolutely skilled player.
We have a blade cutter there.
Yeah, unfortunately. Chaos now with another opportunity. Audrey to Mandy. Oh, dear me. That frisbee came in a bit fast.
Yep.
I believe that's Jen Woods. I had to take it with one hand, and unfortunately it bounces out.
Yeah, Fuka wasn't holding anything back with that throw.
Sorry, my apologies. It was Fuka.
Now, the Japanese have a very different style of playing to us Australians, don't they?
I think for me, other than the spaces that they generally speaking want to catch the frisbee, two goes at it by the GWS player.
Rewarded by an extra meter or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Tactical. Just getting little ones up the line here. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, and a nice over-the-top shot, and it has worked out. Unfortunately, the Chaos player was just a step behind. A dangerous shot, but worked out for GWS. So, yeah, absolutely. Japanese players, I think, generally speaking, tend to throw to a slightly different spot. They're also very, very good at getting their base low and taking a throw from a low position. So their throwing style tends to look quite distinctive.
With the double hands on the frisbee as well.
Absolutely. Always presenting. Oh, and just slightly too high for that receiver. I believe that's B.
I think it might be B, yeah.
Just slightly unfortunate. I think maybe if there was an additional 5 meters of the end zone there, she could have just run that through. But now GWS with an opportunity for a break, I believe.
8-7. So Chaos has taken half.
A free undercut there to the break side, but it's a well-executed throw. Wow, lots of pressure.
What a great throw. Unfortunately, the GWS player couldn't come down with it.
So it's quite interesting. I think Chaos were kind of giving that space, and GWS had to execute a really tough shot, executed perfectly, but then unfortunately just dropped. Then Chaos here trying to execute a break shot, and just slightly underthrown, which allowed the GWS player an opportunity to get a block. Again, GWS now. Like, big cross-field throw. Oh! And the throw
The two hands on the face as well.
just slightly behind the player.
Yeah, it never feels good to drop the disc. I would know, Doc.
Well, look, I mean, it wasn't in the perfect position for the receiver.
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful. Wonderful cutting, and just really, really well executed. That kind of pass, that's going to be bread and butter pretty much. B would have thrown that thousands of times. But sometimes, if it's the space is slightly deeper, can be deceptively difficult to execute. You have to try and get the disc to the player very quickly. And yeah, she did a wonderful job there.
What type of offensive structure would you say GWS is coming out with?
Bit of a collision there. It's hard to tell right at this very minute, but I assume it's going to be... Oh. I believe it is a 4-back horo.
And what would you say the main advantages of a 4-back horo are?
I think it's also a bit confusing because Chaos have put on a bit of a zony look. But generally speaking, a 4-back horo is really, really advantageous against certain types of zone looks because it really overloads the handler space. But also, having 4 players back just provides a lot of opportunity for the handlers, if they're particularly skilled on getting like small ball type throws. Gives them a lot of opportunity to just kind of work their magic and just work the disc up the field. A zony look from GWS yet again. Is that Fuka on the left-hand side there?
That is Fuka, yeah. Who do we have on this line? It looks like Fuka,
Taco.
Audrey, Taco, Gabby.
This is
B,
beautiful movement.
Oh, what
Annie
a great
Jessup.
shot.
Oh,
no!
Well done by the GWS player. The Annie Jessup to Jen Woods connection would be another one of those classic Chaos combos.
I think both have been playing with Chaos for quite a while, right?
Quite a long time, I believe. Well, a nice little bracket set up on the right-hand side by Chaos. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, so close to it coming off.
So I stopped speaking mid-sentence. I was going to say that's a lovely defensive effort by Chaos. So all of those switches that were set up downfield actually made it so that there were no options available. And I believe it was probably quite a high stall count throw, which is why it came off probably not exactly the way that the GWS player wanted to come off. Well, this is a nice... And again, GWS... I mean, these shots are coming off and they actually look pretty decent, but GWS are always just there putting on that pressure and they get another block. Again, more switching from the Chaos defense, which is really doing quite a lot to stifle anything that they're providing, anything that the GWS players are providing. And another block. Is that Daphne? No, is that Annie Jessup?
Annie Jessup, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Again, like lots of the switches downfield are making GWS look off their first option, which they would normally be wanted to take. What a little scuba. Oh, dear me, just overthrown a bit too far. And GWS now, still not a great field position, but get another shot. Ooh, a nice little cheeky high release backhand throw. Wonderful work on the mark here. Stifling.
Great work. I think that is Jen Woods.
Jen Woods with the block. And Jen Woods has just been left alone. Can she come down? Oh, 3v1.
3v1 and Jen Woods gets it.
That's an absolutely trust throw. Again, B to Jen Woods. Another classic combo. Chaos coming down with a bit of a zone look here. Looks like a 2-3-2.
Oh, Hannah Tan with the block.
Wonderful. Absolutely
Just got
heads
her
up.
hand there just in time.
Chaos now with a little bit of momentum. Oh, and a great undercut. Way to complete the cut through traffic there. Fantastic. Nice up line throw. Not a massive amount being provided downfield, but a good fill cut. Looks like there was some type of call that's been retracted.
Mandy manages to reel that in.
That's a beautiful shot. Well reeled in by Mandy. It looked like it may have just been a bit far, but she reaches out.
You see how fired up Ali is.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's a big game, and Chaos are in a dominant position at the moment. 3 points up. I believe that's 4 breaks up.
Yeah.
A very dominant position.
Great work by Chaos.
Oh. GWS, just nice, easy undercuts at the moment. Ooh, kind of going through a bit of traffic. Looks a little bit picky, but nothing looks like it's been called.
And KP right there.
And lots of cuts coming through traffic here.
Oh, pick call.
Yeah.
Oh, running out of battery again.
Oh dear.
These points were very, very long.
Yeah. But looks like Chaos scored that one as well. Fantastic. All right, GWS coming out in a horror look with 3 players back. Working the disc up nicely with just nice, clean undercuts. A dump and a good continuation breakside option provided, but not taken. Opts for the open. Get a nice break shot. Again, the break cuts have come slightly too late.
Now, when you have 3 handlers back, Doc, should you always complete the swing?
So it's quite interesting that, and a lofty throw, well reeled in. Generally speaking, it can be a bit challenging if you're playing 3 players back to complete a swing because the player on the very far side, away from the frisbee, is often in a bit of space. So if the defender's playing tightly on them, it's hard to complete a swing into that space. So yeah, we generally speaking, as Sublime, have been looking to have that person clear upfield and then allow that to be a fill cut. And that has been working out for us. It's a bit more dynamic and kind of opens up that space a little bit. Otherwise, it can be a little bit more stagnant. Oh, nice little inside throw. Oh dear.
No.
One of the Mars sisters thinking about the next throw, perhaps. GWS with a chance to break here. Oh, too tight, unfortunately. Audrey to Sarah Brereton.
To Juge.
Not much being provided on the break side here. Juge now looking to dump. No, she's still looking upfield at the moment.
Oh, perfect placement to Jill.
Wonderfully completed cut there. And a nice break throw, but just a bit too far.
Now, the game was 2-13.
Oh, wow.
So Chaos only need 1 more point.
Oh dear, so pressure's on. In these kind of positions, pressure can sometimes be on both sides because as soon as the losing team goes on a bit of a run, then that momentum can really carry them like all the way. We've seen that happen quite a few times at this tournament.
For sure, absolutely. The latest Sublime vs Fishwick game.
Absolutely, yeah. Momentum is a powerful thing. But Chaos with the frisbee now. Taco surveying the field.
Options.
Oh! Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the store count was getting a little bit high and it was a good option provided. But the GWS player just very, very tight on defense, did a wonderful job to get the block. Oh, and a big shot. 2 Chaos players here. Oh, that's a wonderful job. Is that Juge?
Well done, Juge.
Ever reliable. Read the disc well and took forward position and went early. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think Juge has had quite a bit of a frisbee career herself.
Bit of frisbee royalty there. This team is really full of frisbee royalty, though.
And loyalty, for that matter.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, Audrey bringing the disc in. Nice inside break. Beautiful continuation.
Bit of a travel goal there.
Oh, it has gotten to that stage of the game. Lots and lots of... Oh, just player demonstrating what she thought Audrey did.
Oh,
A lot of pressure.
Bit of a hit
Oh,
there.
and GWS come away with it. What a big shot. That is very, very well placed. Yeah, once it gets to this kind of stage in the game, like, yeah, everyone starts wanting it a lot. So sometimes you can see a few more calls coming out.
Absolutely.
A nice little move from Annie Jessup to get free. And lovely hands to save that disc. There's good movement. No deep options being presented. Oh, and a hand block.
Look at that.
Goodness me. Wonderful work by GWS to respond here. Get the hand block, and now it gives them a chance to bring the game within 1 point if they convert this.
It's always interesting when you're down by such a margin that you go from desperation to them thinking, maybe we can.
Yeah, just dare to hope. Oh, a lovely little break shot. Back to the open side. Back to the break side. Oh, and an inside break. Lots of space being created downfield, but not being taken by... Not many options being presented.
Just over the top.
Just unfortunate. Oh, and a big shot come away. Annie Jessup. Just a bit too far. It's interesting here. GWS are getting us some movement, but... Oh, and just a bit too high. And now Chaos have a short field to work through. Audrey picking up the disc. Dumps. To Annie Jessup. Back to Audrey. The handler's working it up here. Giving a call. Another travel?
I think it may have been a travel call.
Goodness me. That break throw would pretty much have opened it up to an easy score from Chaos.
Yeah.
Now Audrey will have to just be patient and try and work it up again. Lovely. Oh, dear me. Again, the same throw. Again, would have been the same result. Would have really opened up that break side.
Bit of zest on that throw.
Spicy throw. Again, just not a massive amount of options being provided for GWS. So that's, I say that, and now it's a big, long option.
Oh, a bit of a bump there.
Fair bump. Lovely. Well taken. Now it's just a bit of patience here as the GWS players move up the field. Beautiful option presented. Oh, and...
Bam.
Look, the Chaos player did well to poach off there to try and get the block, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to get the block and left her player was just able to get the easy score. So now it's
12.
It's within 1.
Absolutely. 2 breaks. That's all you need.
Oh, and a low throw and a turnover. Goodness. This game is heating up. It's starting to get pretty close. GWS with another opportunity here. GWS really need to be presenting some options from downfield. It's a nice cut, looked off. Opts for the break side. And an inside break continuation attempt, but unfortunately is thrown behind the player. So Chaos with another opportunity here. Oh, I believe that's Chris.
Chris to B. Bree with straight to
Oh,
Ali.
Ali, wonderful. Back to KP.
Yep, that's KP with the disc. Shoots it.
And an inside break shot.
Looks like Nika.
Looking for her dump now.
Oh,
a nice,
just manages to get that through.
Nice cheeky shot. Ali, surveying her options, decides to go to break side. A nice continuation. Oh, unfortunate. Oh, and saved by Chris.
Man, what insurance company is Chaos with? Maybe we should invest.
And a big crossfield shot. Oh, it's just thrown too far. Unfortunate. Beautiful pickup, though, by Chris. And GWS bringing it in, setting up in a horo. Lovely work on the mark there. Oh, and GWS, they've also gone with the same insurance company. This is looking much, much better from GWS. A lot more options being presented. And then just as I say that, it stagnates a little bit. They're going to the break side. A big shot. Oh, might be a bit speculative. It might be coming back. No, unfortunately, it does not come back. A slightly shorter field to work with for Kaos, since the disc did not come back in bounds. A nice upfield cut.
Very nice.
Beautiful options being presented by Kaos here. Ali, great patience.
Straight back to Ali.
Lovely, safe hands. Break side. Good break side continuation option provided, but opts to go inside. Chris with the frisbee now.
One of the hardest things is just relaxing in this situation.
Absolutely. The pressures, oh goodness. Unfortunately, the disc is thrown slightly too low for the break side. Probably was the right option there at that point. Pretty high stall count.
With each turnover as well, we just get a bit more and more tired.
Absolutely. But both teams would be getting tired at this point, and both teams working really, really hard. Both teams want it. So it's pretty much just whoever's got more heart, just use absolutely everything in the tank. Yeah, a little pick. Yeah, as it does look like it's a bit tight downfield. People clustering a little bit more, which is often the case when start to get a bit tired as the point goes long. Oh, and another big shot. This looks like it's actually weighted quite well though. Oh, that would have been much, much closer, just a hair too far.
Fantastic defense there by KP.
Absolutely.
Who's lost a hat again.
Wonderful job to just put that pressure on and not let the GWS player just take it, at whatever spot that they want to be taking it. So that's absolutely fantastic defensive pressure from Kaos. A timeout called, it looks like.
Yep. Now, the drone was on 5% battery at this point. Ali with the disc.
Again, calm and safe, but GWS have poached off a little bit. Nice breakthrough regardless. Looks like the Chaos players are a little bit deep at the moment, but a couple streaking under. Nika, and another insurance catch. I believe that one was Mandy.
That was Mandy there.
And a big throw from Chris. Looks like it's caught a little bit of wind. And unfortunately, the GWS players falls to the GWS players' advantage. GWS with another crack at it here. Or is the drone gonna cut out completely?
You can see that the drone wants to go down.
Oh dear! And you're trying to will it.
Yeah,
to stay
that's
up
right. The drone pilot was very much yanking on that yoke to try and make it go
and
back
another
up.
big shot. Oh, unfortunately, it just was sailing over the GWS player. She couldn't get a good beat on it. Okay, I was picking it up again. Oh, and again, another slight overthrow. This is what happens when the points go really, really long and the pressure's just building up. Throws that you would normally be executing with no issue whatsoever, just that little bit harder.
Really shows the importance of that fatigue throwing sets we do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you can train it, absolutely, it makes a big difference, particularly when you're getting to this kind of high pressure situation where the fatigue's really, really setting in. And a big throw.
Good defense there by Mandy. Just slaps it down and ensures that there's absolutely no chance she can catch it.
It's absolutely wonderful. Good cut, great throw. Ali Lim now. Option deep, but doesn't take it. Opts for the around. Lovely. Chris. Opts not to throw the continuation. Ali going long here. Now throws the break. Nika under.
Great cut there by Nikki.
Wonderful. Oh, and
Nikki
so
to
well
Ali.
placed.
Great
Nikki to Ali.
Nikki to Ali. And you can see
Absolutely
how happy
wonderful.
the girls are and how much that means to them.
Fantastic. What a game. Look, I mean, that last point, like absolute grind, but testament to the players to just like give it the absolute all and fight to the last minute. Fantastic work. What a wonderful game.
Thank you very much for being here, Doc. We always appreciate your expertise and your commentary.
Yeah, very, very happy to be here. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.